needs dismantled. It needs flung out, and there's a lot of things that need to change. I've got a list.
So what I mean is, in terms of how can we do it? You know, obviously, you know, you've now got a growing platform. You know, and it's growing. It is growing. I can see the look in your face, but it is growing. And obviously, I've got a bit of a platform here as well. So what can we do to kind of help get that message out there? Like you, literally, I want to help. So you tell me.
You can tell parents to advocate for themselves. You can tell parents, particularly parents and children, because ask questions. People must ask questions. Why? Like, how, if you're being told it's a viral, how do they know it's a viral? How do you know it's a viral? If there's cultures or there's something to say, that would be indicative of bacterial more than a viral, because there aren't usually significant markers when it's viral. There can be, but it's not normal. You know, it's normal. So ask questions, know your bloods, know your blood results, know what your baselines are. You know, if your wee one's presenting one day and then you have to go back next month, you want a comparison. There's got to be a baseline, something to compare, because what you're finding is that when parents are going and the bloods are off, they're saying, oh, that's just their normal. This is what I've heard. I swear to God, I've heard this. That's just their normal. It takes so much for bloods to go off. I know this because I've lived with it. It takes so much. So I would say, tell parents to advocate for their own children. And the thing is, if more people are speaking up and recognising what needs to be done earlier, then the message will start going.
There's that old term in it, in terms of being a parent, is just trusting your gut. You know, trust your.
What that?
Yeah. Well, no, you know, you're right. You are right in a sense, but I also know that, like, when my wife used to take my kids to the doctor, like initially early on in their days, it was, you know, the doctor would say, this is what it is, and she'd be like, all right, yeah, okay, fine, and it turned out it wasn't. And then, but so now she advocates, like 100%. She advocates, and this is what I believe it is. This is what I want to happen. This is what I want for the treatment. And that's what she does, because it's her mum instinct, isn't it? And I think that's something that everybody should be doing.
I also think there is a danger, though. There is a danger. So I have always maintained I'm not a medical professional. There is this, the whole process and narrative has been put up the responsibility back to parents. And that is something I want to move away from. That we have to move away from that. We have to. So I have never, like, told them what I think is wrong. Never. I've always just asked the questions and sort of pushed them to do the correct testing or that kind of way, because this is what they want. Because when it comes to it, if we are taking responsibility as parents to be responsible for pushing diagnosis and pushing treatment plans, you know, I have always said seek specialist support. So I've put specialists in touch with specialists in order to achieve the best outcomes, rather than saying this is what I'm doing or this is what I've found. I'm always saying, right, okay, let me find the best in the planet, the best in the country, the best in the area, and let me present this to you in this way. Do you know what I mean? So it's about not parents need. I do feel as if a lot of people are falling for taking responsibility.
Okay.
And you need to not do that as well. They must put responsibility and accountability to professionals. And because that as well, I lived with the responsibility of my children's health for years. And then I did CBT and they'll be sorry they gave me CBT. And then I realised it wasn't my responsibility.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's such an important message, is that to not be responsible, because that was killing me, the responsibility and the weight.